Good morning, boys. I hope you all are enjoying the history class. We have already started Turkish invasion and the establishment of Delhi Sultanate. We know there are 5 dynasties. Today we'll discuss about the Mamluk dynasty or slave dynasty. Today we'll also discuss about the rulers of this dynasty. So let's begin our class. Slave dynasty or Mamluk dynasty. When Muhammad Ghori died in 1206, Qutbuddin Aibak became the Sultan of Delhi, although he had to face opposition of the governors. He was popularly known as Lagbaks because of his generosity. He made himself popular by donating generously to both Hindus and Muslims and was called Lag Baksh, means giver of lakhs. Qutbuddin Aibak was also a great builder. He started the construction of the famous Qutub Minar in Delhi and also built the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque in the same area. Khwaja Qutbuddin Bakhtiar Kaki was a Sufi saint after whom Qutub Minar was named. In 1210 CE, he died as a result of a fall from his horse while he was playing Chaugan. Chaugan means Indian polo. The sudden death of Qutbuddin Aibak left a void which the nobles filled by placing his son Aram Shah on the throne of Delhi. But Aram Shah proved completely incompetent to rule. He was overthrown and Aibak's son-in-law Samsuddin Iltutmish was invited by the nobles to occupy the throne in 1210 CE. His position was challenged from the very beginning since he had no hereditary claim over the throne. But Iltutmish proved himself a strong and efficient ruler. He conquered Malwa, Mando, Ujjain, Gwalior, Ranthambore and brought the whole of northern India under his rule. He completed the construction of Qutub Minar that was started by Qutbuddin Aibak. Iltutmish has been called the savior and the real founder of the Delhi Sultanate. Why? During Iltutmish's reign, India was threatened by the Mongol invasion. In 1221 CE, Chengiz Khan, the Mongol leader, followed Jalaluddin, who fled towards India and requested Iltutmish to give him shelter. But the Sultan refused to give him protection, so he fled back to Persia and the enemies also diverted their attention in that direction. Thus, India was saved from Mongol invasion. Now, an estimate of Iltutmish or the achievements of Iltutmish. Iltutmish was undoubtedly a great ruler. He shifted his capital from Lahore to Delhi. He saved the newly built Delhi Sultanate from Mongol invasions. He also suppressed the internal revolts and thus consolidated his empire. In 1229 CE, the Caliph of Baghdad sent a robe of honor to Iltutmish, conferring upon him the title of Sultan-e-Azam. He introduced the gold and silver coins. The land revenue system was reorganized by him. He divided his empire into several provinces known as Iqta, which were administered by the noble class known as Iqtadar. Iltutmish created an entire new class of ruling elite called the Chalisa or the Group of 40. In 1236 CE, Iltutmish died after a very active reign of 26 years. Iltutmish had nominated his daughter Razia as his successor because he did not think any of his sons as his worthy successor for the throne of the Sultanate.
Razia was the first and only woman sultan and the most fascinating character of the Delhi Sultanate. But the nobles did not like the idea of being ruled by a woman. They made his son Rukunuddin Firoz succeed him on the throne of Delhi, but the new sultan proved unworthy and inefficient, so the nobles had to choose Razia as the new ruler in AD 1236. But some nobles did not like to be ruled by a woman. She favored a slave called Yakut, and this was one of the causes of her abrupt fall. Some of the nobles, under the leadership of Altunia, then rebelled against her. She tried to crush the revolt, but was defeated and imprisoned. Finally, she was killed in AD 1240. In 1246 AD, a few influential nobles raised Iltutmish's younger son Nasiruddin Mahmud to the throne. Nasiruddin was just 17 years old and could not manage the empire. He left the control in the hands of his father-in-law Balban. Balban came to power after the death of Nasiruddin Mahmud in AD 1266. It was he who first realized that the prevailing weakness of the royal power was due to the intrigues of the Turkish nobles. Thus, he weakened the power of the nobles by drawing a line of distinction between the sultan and the nobles. He introduced the custom of sizza and pipes, means prostration before the king and kissing the feet of the king. Now, an estimate of Balban. Balban reformed the army to increase its efficiency. Balban put the administration in order. He checked the Mongol invasions successfully. He built a chain of forts on the frontier to protect the empire from Mongol attacks. He organized a very efficient spy system. He strictly believed in the divine theory of kingship, means king is the representative of God on earth. Balban died in 1286 CE. He is regarded as the greatest of the slave kings. Balban was succeeded by his grandson who failed to keep the empire intact. Eventually, the throne was captured by Jalaluddin Firoz Khalji in 1290 CE, bringing end of slave dynasty.